Good morning. It's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Sure you had a good night. I'm sure that everyone all over the world is doing amazingly well. Um, Today's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby, like you all know, and it has been a wonderful year. By the way, happy new month to everyone. Um, I trust that the rest of the year would bring about awesome things for you and your family. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance to everyone. Thank you, my genuine followers, and all of those who have been following through the process and have also been getting better by the day. So, today on Tuesday Inspiration with Toby, the topic is search through the dark. Search through the dark. Let's paint a scenario. Just imagine somebody in a dark room, somebody who is in a place where there's no light. You know that you begin to ponder and wonder how you can navigate your way through the dark room. For example, you want to get water from the fridge and there's probably power outage, there's no light. You know, you would begin to ask yourself, how do I move from point A to B? If it is a familiar room, for example, if it is your house, you would see that you already know where the fridge is. So it won't be difficult you getting to where the fridge is before you can get the water to drink when the room is really dark. But before you also get there, you have to take calculative step. You would have to say, okay, if I move left, if I move right, this is where the fridge is, this is how I'm going to get there, and I'm definitely going to get there in 2 3 minutes. And when I take the water, this is how to go back to my bed, this is how to go back to the sitting room and all. Even if you sleep with your phone close to you, or your touch lights close to you, or an instrument that can lighten up the room close to you, you'd also, when you wake up, you would also want to use your hands to, just you move it around to search for this instrument that will lighten up the room. So everyone who is in a place of darkness, who is in a room that is dark, it becomes unclear. Things that you're going to meet on the way will become unclear. You would be scared. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, yeah, you don't even know if you're going to get to the spot you want to get to. You don't even know if you're going to achieve that thing you want to achieve. Everyone who wants to achieve a lot and does not know that there are times where we'll just all be in the dark, then you have to just tell yourself that, oh, yeah, you've not started. You only start to make things happen when you discover that you are able to navigate your way through the dark. You know, if you are not even in a familiar room and okay, you just get into a place and yes, there's power outage, you begin to wonder, oh, how do I calculate my step? How do I stay in this corner that, oh, something does not come to hurt me or what have you? You definitely have to be mentally and physically alert. You'd begin to wonder and think through how you would be safe and have a good time or achieve a lot. Even that, we often go far by thinking that yes, we want to achieve so much, and sometimes we get timid. Sometimes we even forget the fact that we only have to just keep navigating, trying to navigate our way through that dark path until we get to that desired spot. For example, in the field of science, all of the amazing or good technological advancement that we've got now, there were times where they were just mere experiments. Even the researcher or the scientists did not know what it would bring about. There was an expected end. There was something that the researcher was trying to achieve. But in doing this, he had to experiment, he had to test, he had to do a lot of things. Then, kaboom, you get the results. Now, all of these things that the researcher would get, it will tell you the signs and symptoms to watch out for or things to watch out for if you want to achieve that particular thing. So the major point of achieving success, as I have said, is to keep navigating your way through the dark by carefully mastering your way through being calculative and proactive. You have to be very calculative. You have to think that, oh yes, there's somewhere I'm going to. Yes, there'll be rough parts, there'll be dark parts, there'll be a situation where you just be in the dark room and it's so unclear, you actually do not know where you're going to. But yes, if your skills and your craft, if you're a master of your skills and your craft, you'd see that you'll get somewhere. Just the way you're a master of your room or your house, and you know that, okay, this is the point, that is the point. Sometimes it's even unclear, even if it is your house itself. You just have to keep navigating your way and search carefully through the dark. Finding yourself in a dark spot is not the problem. What is the problem is that you do not think of a way out of getting yourself to the desired spot. You are in a dark room, yes, it's an established fact. But how do you get through the dark spot? How do you get through the rough part? How do you get through those things that you think that are weighing you down, or discouraging you, and making you think like, oh yes, you're not going to achieve so much? You have to just find your way out of every situation. If you need an instrument in a dark room, you'd have to search for it. So in searching for what you want to achieve, or in trying to get to that point where you would achieve success, you definitely have to search for instruments, your skills, your potentials, your talents. You have to ensure that you're sharpening them and you become a master of what you know how to do, and even learn things that you don't know how to do in the dark room. In the dark room, you would learn how to walk carefully. In the dark room, you will learn how to open up the fridge that you want to take the water from. In the dark room, you learn a lot of things. You won't use your sight in the dark room. That's the truth. Even when you're not seeing, you'd also use your sight. Like, what I'm saying is, you use your mental sight. That's what we call the mental sight. You know that, oh yeah, this is ordinarily, if I close my eyes, and this is where this my fridge is, and that's where I'm going to meet it, because nobody has moved it. Even when somebody moves it, you still know that you're within, that's your space and that's your room. I'm not saying remain in a spot, but you're going somewhere and there'll be a lot of dark paths. There'll be a lot of down times. There'll be a lot of demoralizing times, but you definitely have to search your way through the dark. This is from John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy said, "We're not here to curse the darkness, but to light the candle that can guide us through that darkness to a safe and sane future." I'll take that again from John F. Kennedy. We are not here to curse the darkness, but to light the candle that can guide us through that darkness to a safe and sane future. You're going somewhere. You're going to achieve the unimaginable. Just set your way through the dark and know that you have to be deliberate. You have to look out or watch out for signs and symptoms like the scientists will do, and you know that your experience will form part of your life and will form part of what people would also learn. If somebody wants to go through that journey you're going through, you have 1001 ways to teach the person how to achieve this. So help yourself today, search through the dark, and ensure that you're constantly moving and you're consistent in making yourself very relevant and making yourself the master of your craft, your skill, or talent. Thank you for joining me on Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. I'm searching through the dark. I'm searching through my dark parts, and I know that in the nearest future, we're going to achieve the unimaginable together. So let's do this and search through the dark. See you next week, Tuesday. Tuesday Inspiration continues. I wish you a happy new year in advance and Merry Christmas in advance. Thank you very much for all you've been to Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. See you next week. Bye. Search through the dark.